So we are back at DGC Live with, it's our day 2 already, Faisal, and we're very happy to welcome you. Faisal Hammoud is the Director of Business Development of Dubai Internet City, the home of so many technology companies in Dubai. I mean, from Microsoft to PlayStation to Sony to even now AAA publishers, Tencent, Riot Games, and others as well. We're very happy to have you at DGC Live, and we know that you have at DIC been continuously supporting the ecosystem and making it grow. And today we will be able to hear from you on your future strategies and what can we offer to the generation of the gaming companies that are starting up in our region.
Yeah, Habib, thank you for having me today. I think we're very glad to be part of this. This is part of our continuous support to the different ecosystems that we have been supporting since inception, since the year 2000. I mean, going back to what you started, you went directly into the names of business partners that we've had and what we have been doing into different industries, into the ICT ecosystems. Today, Dubai Internet City has been in operations for more than 20 years and has been always home for talents and technology companies and basically, I would say, innovative companies as well. So we have more than 1,600 business partners that operate within our ecosystem today, with more than 25,000 professionals and entrepreneurs that make this community a very vibrant community, very interactive. There's a lot of knowledge share that happens across different levels of companies, all the way from entrepreneurs all the way to the large names or basically the Fortune 500 companies that we have.
So Thomas, before you start asking questions to Faisal. Yesterday, we had the managing director of Media City. I just want to explain to the audience that Media City, Internet City, and Knowledge Park are just close together.
Well, yes, we're in the same proximity, actually.
Here
yes.
We are in Media City as part of our building, but a few hundred meters from here starts the Sony PlayStation and Microsoft Office and all of these. And this is what's amazing, Faisal, about the cluster here. It's not only the big number, but it's also the proximity for the companies.
Without a doubt. I mean, this is one of the main benefits that we have, basically, because this encourages cross-selling between business partners. So today, as you rightly mentioned, I mean, if you look from an industry perspective, this cluster has the technology, the media, and the education, which correspond very good together. So basically, education can provide you with talent, and then also media can support all of these initiatives. So this is purposely made, and this is where we started. And as TCOM Group, basically, we have we manage the largest portfolio of clusters and business and free zone business communities across the region. So, and this is how we are clustered purposely right from inception.
Perfect.
I guess kind of to bring it to gaming.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything in particular to support gaming companies at the moment?
Yeah. Today at Dubai Internet City, like we've been doing throughout the evolution of different industries into the ICT ecosystems, all the way from software, lately to cloud and others. I think the overall offerings that we have is supportive to any industry. So today there are different components, if you wish, that would complement the ecosystem. One is basically having the right business partners that understand the business, that could drive traffic, and that could create opportunities for other businesses, basically to support, like the smaller size businesses. And also, on the other hand, you need to have the right infrastructure for these businesses. So the ease of doing business, the easy registration process, the different products that you have. So today, within Dubai Internet City, if you are an entrepreneur and that you would like to start, you have an idea, whether it's in the gaming industry, for instance, and you'd like to start, you can create that and kick it off right from our incubator, like the M5. If you are already one level up, then we also have the right product for you. And the networking opportunities that we create between these businesses is very critical for the businesses to scale up and grow.
Yeah.
So this is a critical element of what we support.
So how easy is it? Because I think one of the major barriers to people kind of coming here and setting up is they worry about oversight and whether or not that, they can bring their company here, they can start something up. Is it easy to do, or is it lots and lots of paperwork and all that sort of stuff?
No, without a doubt, it's very easy. Basically, I think if you look at overall Dubai and the recent pandemic that we had, and that Dubai has managed to prove itself as a leading digital city. Where life kept on going while even we were all locked down. The same thing applies in here. I mean, we're part of that ecosystem, and we've been continuously. I mean, we have even learned over time, and continuously have been improving our registration process, our requirements. So it's very easy to be part of our communities today. I mean, few papers that you have to submit, like any other place, and then we also we have a digitized process that could help you navigate through the registration process fairly easy.
Certainly, Dubai. It's true that during this period of time, we felt the impact much more less than any other countries because we are already connected. It was very fast to actually, because of the startups that exist in Dubai. I mean, in Internet City, where their home is Internet City.
Without a doubt. Yes.
So we could order easily, directly, groceries. Solutions were found very fast because it was already here. So they were already in business. So they just adapted to the situation, and this is what's also helped us in this part of the.
Habib, to add to this, if you allow me, I mean, whenever we come across everything, so any success story, any special condition like the pandemic we had, Dubai Internet City always, and business partners, always played a vital role into making sure that life goes as normal.
Sure.
Now, we believe that since inception, I mean, the creation of Dubai Internet City itself has managed to drive the IT companies at that point in time to come, and has contributed significantly to the development of the overall infrastructure in the region. So we managed to bring Cisco, we managed to bring Microsoft, and then all the others started to come with all the efforts that we have put to create this kind of a hub that brings us today to the discussion where we are at the same speed where the rest of the world is going, where we're discussing basically the gaming industry, which is one of the most advanced and the latest that is also growing so rapidly.
True. Going back to gaming, we have seen international publishers set up in Dubai Internet City.
Yeah.
Were you part of this when they were actually choosing to come here? And a lot of people would like to know, how did this process happen? Especially other big players, like how does it start? How does it end? And what are the requirements and how they are finding it here?
Yeah. Without a doubt. I mean, we have played a part into this. I mean, right, like I just mentioned, for instance, now one of the prominent names that we have into this industry is Microsoft.
Yeah.
And we have worked with Microsoft to make sure that Microsoft comes to the Dubai Internet City right from inception. So they were one of our anchor business partners. Sure. So whatever services Microsoft have offered the region, we have been part of, because we've managed to attract Microsoft to come and register here in order to not only benefit as a company, but also to help the development of the region, as I stated earlier. And the same thing applies to the rest of the gaming companies. Now, today, what's interesting about what we do and what we offer is the fact that even our business partners have even reached to a stage where they've created innovation centers. So there are basically actual testings and developments that are happening on the ground. We have more than 10 innovation centers in Dubai Internet City that test products that are very relevant to the region, which is very important for any businesses and to understand with the local market requirements and grow from there with the fact that, I mean, today, if you look into the gaming industry in particular, as just to mention some of the names that we have Microsoft, we have HTC, we have Sony, we have Riot Games, and others as well. And sorry, like,
Tencent.
Yeah, Tencent, of course. And I was just about to say that, basically Tencent was the latest that have joined us as a giant. And I think in July 2019 they have set up their office.
Even TikTok with ByteDance. ByteDance is now also
and ByteDance is also part of the community. Yes,
entering the gaming industry in a very large way. So
and we've been working with Tencent.
You have everybody.
We've been working with Tencent for quite some time. I mean, we visited them in China in their headquarters. I think 2 or 3 years ago, in order to explain the opportunities that are there for them here in the market. And this is what we do whenever we travel. So we try to explain the opportunities, because businesses would decide to basically be part of a region based on the opportunities that are there. And what we offer in terms of ease of doing business and ecosystem and networking opportunities is to complement with the opportunities that are there today.
Yeah, but so what you were saying was they're not just these companies are setting up a business hub. They're actually creating products.
Yes.
So why do these big companies feel safe to be setting up innovation hubs here?
Yeah.
Why do they feel that they can?
I think there are different elements that come to this. And the fact that this is Dubai is a leading regional hub, as you could imagine, and the fact that this is the ICT hub where you can find the right, basically, talents, the right business partners that you work with. So these innovation centers, if I would just pick up an example, for instance, I mean, Visa has an innovation center here where they work with different business partners in order to create latest payment technologies, whether it is the wireless or the seamless technologies that they have, but they don't do it themselves alone. But they work also with others. Accenture has a business center as well, but Accenture themselves, if you think about it, they're not a technology company.
No.
But they work with all our business partners in order to come up with a customized solution. And there are a lot of things that are also government driven. And the fact that Dubai would like to or would be the smartest city in the world, the fact that the government is continuously basically working towards that goal creates opportunity by itself for people to innovate. And so these innovation centers are there in order to create this kind of products that are required in order to achieve the smart city goal that we have, including Huawei and others as well.
True. It's true that in Dubai, the atmosphere is always pushing you for innovation and futuristic projects. And I want to go back to a question, which is the talents in this industry. How is Dubai Internet City attracting coders, programmers, 3D artists that are really what usually any studio needs to advance and have a great game and be able to publish it?
Yes, I think this is very critical. I mean, talent in the ICT and industry overall has always been a challenge, especially with the advanced with the speed, basically, of growth of this industry and the different verticals that are coming. And we have even, I mean, today, going back to the ecosystem, as I rightly said probably a little bit earlier, is that Wollongong, Wollongong University, one of our business partners in Dubai Knowledge Park, has recently launched a program that is dedicated for the gaming talents. This kind of collaboration and this kind of opportunities that are there also for universities would encourage basically a development of local talents. In addition to that, I mean, at Dubai Internet City, we work very closely with our business partners into different ecosystems, of course, like with the software, cloud, security, and others, to make sure that our business partners bring universities up to speed with the curriculums. So one of the critical issues that we have faced or discussed with our business partners is the fact that fresh graduates are graduating with backdated curriculums. And that's simply not because they're university, but the universities are not able to cope up with the continuous evolution. Exactly.
That's true.
So one of the things that we're working on is the fact that we introduce businesses to universities to make sure that that these graduates are up to speed with whatever is happening. So by the time they graduate, probably they are already certified on a specific area that would help them get into the workspace fairly quickly, and also either develop by themselves. In addition, we have a very important product that we have created is the freelance. So today we have a freelance permit that you can get from Dubai Internet City that will help you become an independent freelancer and work from anywhere around the world, but to provide services to the companies that require, to the studios and others.
So I can outsource my work to these freelancers,
Yes.
and they have a permit. They can be anywhere,
Yeah.
and they are part of Dubai Internet City.
And in fact, recently we have even launched a marketplace for these freelancers. So we even help them basically get direct access to opportunities as well.
So actually, we go on a site, on a platform,
Yeah.
and we have the profiles of these people, and we just connect directly with them.
Yeah.
And we can see their work, and we can
You can
just
see their
hire
work, you can post whatever requirement that you have, and then they will come back to you. And
Education is key
Yeah.
today in the growth of what we call the interactive technologies, which is gaming, VR, AR, mixed reality, all of these. And we do have a lack of talents in the region. It has been felt even by some of your new tenants, big publishers, where it took them a lot of time to just hire people.
Yes.
So, okay, we are seeing that there is more education that is being included in the curriculums in a couple of universities, and we also have a partnership for this show with SAE Institute as well, who's also part of the park. But still, the demand is higher than the supply.
Yes.
And I believe it's the only maybe industry where the demand is higher than the supply, which is a good thing. It means that there is a job market, that there is a future for the generations to work in this industry. And I believe it will not stop. It will only continue to grow. So how are we, for example, trying to get that faster? Should we go into short courses? Should we go into a real curriculum? Should we, the startups that already exist, give them more master classes, whatever, upspeed them directly, capacity building, so that they can also enter the vertical? If I'm doing an app, I can also do a game, right?
Yes.
And if I already have my coders, I just need to add maybe a 3D artist, and I get 6 months training on, I can maybe, gamify what I'm already doing. Even I'm not saying necessarily to do a AAA game. So how can we create that synergy? How can we create that knowledge? And to date, really, I mean, it's true that everybody talks about esports and talks about gaming, but a lot of companies still didn't put it in their strategies.
No.
I mean, you mentioned Visa. Visa are helping, for example. They're sponsoring esports competitions globally, and some teams and all of this. We even in outside of technology, we've seen, for example, even BMW sponsoring these things. But when we come back to being a company and putting it in our strategy, I think there is still a lack of knowledge, of investment, of not knowing if we go into it or not, but we all want to do it somehow.
Yeah.
So how can we break this and really create this virtuous cycle, and speed up also the companies, the education, all of this? And I believe this is also a role that DIC can play, right?
Yes. I mean, you're absolutely right. In fact, every new thing comes with its own challenges. So this new industry has been moving, as you rightly said, very rapidly. And I think that knowledge sharing is very critical in order to make sure that you have the right talents and that you bring the talents and the region up to the speed that is required in order to cope up with the continuous development. Now, we have not seen regional great, like I would say, big regional developments as such within the gaming industry. And I think with the introduction of the big names to the region and the special customization that happens to the local games will drive opportunities, will drive entrepreneurs in order to start becoming creative and start developing games that are specialized to the region. And this is, I mean, it has to be with all what we're doing and what we're trying to support here. When people start seeing opportunities, especially entrepreneurs, this is where they will start tapping into this. They will spend more time in order to become creative. I would say that knowledge can be acquired. And today, if you are passionate about something, and with all of the digital world, it's very easy basically for you to get in online and start looking for courses that could support you and all of this. Like all the way when we started back in the days when you were doing the 3Ds and the Adobes and all of that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was more, I mean, it was proven that the most successful designers were not actually, did not graduate as designers.
Yeah. No.
But we're basically passionate about that, and this is how they achieved it. So we have to create this passion, and I think the esports, the continuous introduction of new games, and will, of course, along with the curriculum that has to be supported with educational background, will help create this talent that we would want. However, to the speed that we want, I'm not sure.
Yeah. You know, Thomas, the gaming industry is across sectors. Mm. It's not only publishers and developers.
No.
It's back-end solutions.
Yeah.
It's cloud. It's servers. It's payment solutions. It's online marketing. It's influencers. It's streamers, casters, creators. It's
hosts.
It's and if you go from mobile to console to PC to, you know, it's very wide. It's telecom companies. It's internet speed. It's latency. It's so many things. So many industries, and all of these industries exist in these in DIC, in Media City, in 5, and they are here. So in Studio City, in Outsourcing City as well, if you want to outsource some of your work. So the whole ecosystem is here, and there is definitely a great opportunity to educate more. And as you said, shedding the light on some successes from the region, which are happening, by the way. And you will see during these 3 days, we have also announcements that were from companies that started in this show, by the way, in DGC, like back years ago, and are now signing with Hasbro, with Unity, but they are companies from the region, and they have their offices here, by the way. And they started like 5 years ago, and now they are reaching that level. We also have a segment that we introduced, which is success stories from the Arab world that made it into big companies outside of the Arab world, globally.
Interesting, yeah.
That worked with King, that worked with the EA, that worked with Riot, that worked with DICE, and that are working with Warner Brothers. And they are from the Arab world, but they did make it there. And they are still looking at our region and trying to help and see how they can actually educate the next generation. So we actually have everything we need to shed the light, to organize, and to really open this across industries, not only as coders and publishers of games.
And I think this is very important, and we really look forward to see success stories that come out within the gaming industry from even our communities. And you know that we've been a home for many success stories, such as like Souk and Kareem, Yahoo Maktub and others. And even during this pandemic, we have seen the merger basically of Dubizzle and Boyut, which have created the latest unicorn, which is with the overall valuation. Now, to be honest, I would like to use this platform and invite all the companies that you've just mentioned, the ones that have made it to the world, to see how we can, at Dubai Internet City, support them, be part of this ecosystem, because it's very important for these. Today, one of the things that also Dubai Internet City presents is the international exposures that companies could get.
Yeah.
Not only from all the efforts that we do to participate with events like the DGC today, or basically with going globally in order to promote this, but also with accessibility to all of these 1,600 business partners that are already operating all around the world. Yeah. So I would love to invite all of them basically to get in touch and see how we could help them to be part of this community, and how we can see how we can work with them to even basically introduce them further, and they can which would help them grow further. Yeah.
Of course, I mean, many of them are definitely watching, but also, as you know, we have a parallel activity happening now, which is the B2B meeting platform, which is running 24 hours a day to cater for the different time zones. And this year it was free of charge for all the developers.
Okay.
Free entry, you can enter, you can create your profile, and it's over Zoom. You request a meeting, it's accepted, and you start to network. And we also, and I'm sure a lot of people will start messaging you now.
I'm there. And, this is what we do.
Messaging you, you will have to do this. Thomas, would you like to close this one?
Well, on that, I was just going to say, what would you say to a lot of people? Again, we were talking about success stories. What would you say to someone that goes, well, I'm a little publisher, or I'm a small company. There's so many giants within Internet City, as we were talking about Microsoft, Sony. What would you say to someone that goes, well, there's no way I can compete, what's the point?
It's not always about competition. I mean, I think the market size and the opportunities are huge, whereby everyone could have an opportunity within this particular business. However, you should always look at it that being part of such an ecosystem would give you the ability to be very close to your competitor as well as your future business partner. So today, this kind of collaboration ecosystem, and also I think, this is something that I would say to all the regional or the startups or the local companies, that they should always look not only to dominate the local market, but they should always look at the international level that they could play. That would start from the time where they start customizing local games for the market that will drive traffic, and that will drive will create a success story that will attract investors, and that will basically take them to the second round and third round, and hopefully become the next unicorn.
Yeah, this is happening, and I know a lot of local studios that have been acquired or are being acquired, or that have. But as you said, we need to talk more about it. It needs to be more out there, so that it's more out there as well. I can see the difference from 5 years to now, and how things are evolving in the right direction. And so, thank you, Faisal, for being with us today. It was really a great talk with you, Thomas.
Real pleasure. And yeah, I'm inspired.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Habib. Thank you for having me. And we're very glad to be here to support this, and we look forward to see this growing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.